In this world, you will have so many tribulations. But be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. I'm trying to do my Jesus impression. I got my heart on fire. Need a wig. I gotta break it down in a way that you will comprehend. You ever remember being in school and you have crammed for this test, and the day of the test comes and you're sitting there and shaking and sweating in your seat because you know no matter how much you studied, your brain has gone numb. And if you don't pass this test, you're gonna flunk the class. Been there? Story of my life. Let me break it down that you may understand. So while I'm sitting here, sweating, dreading the moment that they say, okay, pencils down, I'm dreading it. You know that nerdy kid who's got the little tape on the glasses? The kid who always finishes the test ahead of everyone else. You know, this is gonna be the valedictoria. This kid don't even study. It comes natural to him. He's got all the answers. Summa cum laude. You know what I'm talking about? Summa cum laude comes past my desk as I'm dying with my test and says, this test is gonna be really difficult, but don't worry, I just aced it. Whoop-de-doo, good for you. Who cares that you have aced it? I am stuck on the test. Am I breaking it down in a way you can understand it? Don't try to get all spiritual. Well, I think I understand what Jesus meant when he said, don't try to get all spiritual. It's good for you, Jesus. You done passed the test. But guess what? Tomorrow morning, I'm still stuck in this forsaken planet dealing with the same financial situation, the same sickness, the same disease, the same unanswered prayers. I got to deal with it.
You maniac! You burned it up! Darn you! Darn you all to heck!
He said, I overcame it. Good for you. I'm just... Well, there's something that the Father wants you to understand today, because you see, he wouldn't say that unless that actually means something. Everything I described is true. Yep, there's a summa cum laude who passes by you. He's aced the test. And yes, you're stuck on your test. By the way, this test has 613 questions. And unfortunately, on this test, if you fail by one answer, you die. That's why you're sitting there shaking in your seat. And yes, there is a summa cum laude who comes by you. And yes, he does say, this test is really, really, really difficult. But be of good cheer because I've aced it. And you're sitting there like, okay, whatever. And then he stops just as you're wondering what's going on. And he backs up. And he takes the paper that you were desperately trying to answer, puts it in his pocket, and he gives you his test. And he says to you, there's only one thing missing on that one. Your name. Write your name. And you're sitting there dumbfounded. What's going on? And he takes your test that is all screwed up, and he puts his name on the failure test. Once he has exchanged everyone's test with his and has told you, place your name That's all you have to do. And if you don't know how to write your name, he'll take you by the hand. Let me show you. And he'll open up the palm of his hand because your name is engraved on his hand. He goes, just copy that. Look, that's your name. Copy that. When he is finished going around the entire room and making sure that he has exchanged every test, he brings the pile and all the wrong answers. And he goes to the head of the class and says, here's my test. And the teacher looks down and says, what is this? Did you study? I gave you so much time to study, and this is what you're handing in? Get out of my face. And the father turned his back. And the father looks at you and says, can I have your test? I can't. This is not fair. So you try to erase the perfect answers. And all the answers were written down in ink, so you can't touch the test. That's the only test you can hand in to the teacher, who is the Father. And the Father looks at you and says, well done. You have to understand the Father's heart from that perspective. You can't keep going back. You can't prove that you can do the test. You can't mess it up, nor can you make it good. You cannot do it. It has been done so that you may walk in the boldness of summa cum laude.